And now Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has expressed concern of a lack of preparedness by most technical training institutions ahead of possible reopening in January next year. Magoha says some institutions have done little to comply with set protocols in line with the government health directives on the management of the coronavirus pandemic.
It has been mixed signals over the resumption of the country's school calendar amid the fluctuation in new infection rates. Speaking during an inspection toward KBC National Polytechnic, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha would issue a stinging reprimand at the institution's administration and management, accusing them of sleeping on the job over the unpreparedness to manage the spread of COVID-19 once the institution reopens. According to the CS, the state of the Polytechnic could not match its counterparts, challenging the institution to utilize available resources to upgrade its infrastructural capacity.
Why in God's name should the KBC one be the one that is looking even worse than ordinary polytechnics? It is an injustice to the children of KBC, to the children of Kenya, to ourselves, and even to government. And it has to stop, and it shall stop. And we must now work together within the next 2 to 4 weeks to ensure that this institution, the KBC National Polytechnic, spends about between 5 and 10 million to ensure that it is brought to the level that it has to be.
In the meantime, police in Mombasa were this morning forced to lobby tear gas canisters to disperse locals who were protesting alleged embezzlement of COVID-19 funds. The 1-hour altercation at the city centre, characterized by heavy police presence, saw 6 people arrested and later arraigned at the Mombasa law courts for participating in the alleged prohibited protest. The lobby group is demanding the immediate arrest and prosecution of the perpetrators, lashing on a section of political leaders over what they say is an attempt to shield those involved.
Don't condone thievery. They are stealing from the sick. They are stealing from the dead. They are stealing from poor Kenyans who cannot pay their rent. Let the police go and arrest the COVID-19 thieves, not peaceful demonstrators.
Elsewhere, the national and county governments have been challenged to enhance efforts aimed at cushioning Kenyans from the adverse effects of the coronavirus pandemic in the wake of societal vices that have threatened to reverse gains made in the fight against retrogressive cultural practices. According to Machidudu Chimera of ActionAid, poverty is partly to blame for teen pregnancies witnessed across the country during the coronavirus pandemic.
Yote ambayo anashughulika na kuweka mimba watoto ni achukuliwe hatua, kwa sababu hakuna njia nyingine. Ni kumdhulumu. Yeye ataenda wapi kama shapata mimba? Kama nilivyokuwa nataja hapa, mtoto akivulana yeye ataendelea na masomo yake ama mtu aendelea na shughuli zake. Msichana yeye atabaki nyuma, sasa atazidi kurudi nyuma.